Okay. We are looking at the bearing for the top pulley going into the clutch. Now, I had a perfect opportunity to remove that bearing and pack it with grease, but that time has passed. That opportunity is behind me. So some grease is better than no grease. So we're going to try to inject some grease between these balls. I'm going to have to get some more grease. And I believe I can get those packed from the outside here. Well, I certainly did deposit some grease there. That was a pretty good wad. Okay, before the pulley goes on here, we have the key. And then we have something a little different, and I want to put a little grease on here because we have this. Let me pull the key out for a moment so I can get this wrapped around here and fully greased. So what we have here is a piece of film, and it goes there, and let's see which end this was down. I would say that really clean end was probably down. It doesn't feel like it. Let's try it the other way. So like so. So we got that. I don't know. Obviously they making up for some clearance. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna take this cover off. You can't see me, but I just took that cover off. Wow. Now I got a little piece of metal down here in the middle to elevate this. Hopefully. Where did I put the screws at? They're way over there. Is this going to stay there? I can't reach it. I need one. Oh. Okay. Okay, there we go. There's one. That's threading too hard. We need there we go. That is just about cinched up. And it is. And it is. Let's knock that piece out. That in there. Okay. Now the rest of this bearing housing can come on here. That's like a piece of, what is that material? It's a fibrous, I'm not going to think of it. Something of the time for sure. Screwdriver. Can't think of the name of that material, but anyway, it was a kind of a two-stage flexible, semi-flexible washer. I guess it could be flanged. I don't like the fact that that screw's not just screwing right in, but that one did. There, it's got to go easy. It's got to be there like it's been there for 70 or 80 years. Right at home. Okay, my key is in there. That celluloid slip is in there over the shaft. Ordered a new pair of glasses today, today, from Zenny Opticals, $35 to have your own prescription. Although there's a measurement, a number that I didn't have, and I think it's the distance between your pupils. So I just guessed. And it kept saying, warning, this is not a common size. Check with your doctor. So I kept playing around till I got a number that didn't give me a warning. Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm crinkling that. You know what? I'm going to try to add that paper last. Celluloid. I'm afraid I'm going to crush it. No. It definitely needs to be on there, that's for sure. Okay, there was a direction. Hey guys, I'm going to back on the machine a little bit. Actually going to start on the apron now. You know, all the feed rods and lead screws and all that. In the meantime, I've got all this end buttoned up. Got the belts installed. I added a grease release for the spindle bearing on the pulley side. So I just got a couple 90s, a couple straight pieces so I can access that plug now easily. So you take that plug off and then you feed the Zerk fitting until you get some discharge at that point there. This is going to have to come off very soon for the directional rod. That's the whole project we started there. This is all snapped up. We got our pin where it belongs. Here's the little piece of aluminum I use in the intern. It turns out that that pin is not so much giving me the travel that I needed. It's actually pivoting on this, and that's all you got right there. That doesn't seem right. I have to look into that. No, that's it. That's about all the travel it had. And that'll feed down to here, and that'll link up here. There's a piece of linkage. We might as well get it. Hopefully that's one of the pieces that I've cleaned up. No, it's one of the pieces that I've yet to clean up. I'll leave that out here and we'll hit that on the wire wheel. Got this flooring. It was clearance. I got enough to do you know, from lathe to lathe. Basically the length of this lathe and over to that table. Not 100% sold on that yet. Kind of thinking about wooden slats. So anyway, we're going to get this, it mounts here. Going to get this installed on this rod, and that'll set my rod lengths. Now this is the only place I found any shims on this machine, and that is right here for this piece here. So yeah, we will stay true to that because they knew more about what they were doing than I do. So I'm going to go ahead and set you up somewhere and see if I can't get these rods. Actually, I think before I install that, I need to install the back plate to the apron. Okay, do a quick check, make sure we're not just taking pictures. So, I believe this tape was just to hold the that's going to be a tough one to hold in there. Now this actually has a feature on the end of it. I don't know if that's wear or what, but it's going to go, it's going to stay. Yeah, I don't know if I trust that or not. I'm going to put a little grease on that to keep that in place while I'm installing. So we'll just go ahead and give that a little grease anyway. Okay. Now that is going to line up with this. Let me see where that key is at down there. Okay, that key is around 7 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we ever left. Okay, let's start over here. Let's see, make sure I have my key greased in there. I do not. I should be able to insert that from the other side. I currently don't see it. Okay, let's see here. I found it. I think I can actually put that in from the front. Okay, so let's set this up at wherever we want. We're going to set this up at 6 o'clock. So this has to engage in that, I believe. So there's 6 o'clock. There we go. Okay, we're almost there. What are we missing now? Tell you what we're missing. We're missing 4 screws here. I don't believe I took out. We must have, though. Okay, let me see what's holding me up here. Okay, it's not that, it is this pin. Mother, Pearl! Got my finger! Yowza, yowza. Now let me make sure. That's not right. So this. Okay, that's catching there now. So I got lead screw now, so that means this is activating. Okay, that's actuating. There's this rod, not a rod, but a metal flat plate that runs down here and does something, but I don't know what it does, but it is actuating now. It actuates with the half nut. So that has found its home. I need to get that pin in the front. I need to find out what is up with this plate and what happened to its screws. Ah, I do have such a screw. Why in the world did I even take those off? It doesn't really seem to have been any purpose. Well, then again, when you're taking this stuff apart, you don't know what lies beneath what. Fortunately, I usually try to keep fasteners right back in their holes. I should have reattached this plate as soon as I realized there was no benefit to having it off. We're still not stuck down yet. Now to all my clutch friends, this is holding on to the cone. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 1, 2, and I got 2 long ones. So where are the long ones going to go? I believe this is a long one. This is short, this is short. This could be long. This is definitely, I'd say these 2 are the long ones. So let's get those up here. Oh, here they are. I got red paint. I got red paint on them, and I have red paint here.
Okay, I got everything resting in place now. Apparently this ribbon, that metal's ribbon that runs through here, is actuated by the half nut lever. It wasn't seated properly down on this end, but I'm getting movement now both ways. Half nut isn't closing all the way like it would before, but I believe there's an adjustment here. I can, part of me doesn't want to mess with it. The half nut is engaging. Let me see what I get here as far as adjustment goes. That's good. A little bit extra. Okay. Okay, I got everything resting in place now. Apparently this ribbon, that metal's ribbon that runs through here, is actuated by the half nut lever. It wasn't seated properly down on this end, but I'm getting movement now both ways. Half nut isn't closing all the way like it would before, but I believe there's an adjustment here. I can, part of me doesn't want to mess with it. The half nut is engaging. Let me see what I get here as far as adjustment goes. That's good. A little bit extra. Okay. Now, I want to demonstrate something here. Okay. Cross travel. I can turn this pen freely. Now I've taken nothing away from that system. The only thing I've done is free up that locked up bent pen. Okay. I am not seeing what I would like to see when I actuate this. But I've already done all I can do here, all that I know to do. I'm going to get it reinstalled, get the gears engaged, and see if that makes any difference, hide or hoe. So I believe we're tightened up everywhere here. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get this end brace on, and I think after that we'll be ready to okay, this is the top. It goes like this. There's a rod. Which one is this? Okay, that one's not going to move. Okay. Let me undo the half nut. I wonder if you guys saw any of that. Yeah, I guess you did a bit. Okay. Where are we going to put you at here? Okay. So that's about right for that. Look at my parts here. Okay, there we go. I knew I had something that mattered. So this needs to come back off. Actually, it doesn't need to come off. This just needs to come down. Okay, so that goes there. That's the smaller hole. And that's the smaller hole there. So we're going here. And for right now. Okay, it is about time to pick this thing up. What is holding this in place? Okay, I think we're ready to pick it up. So let me get that set up. So what's I guess the most reasonable way to pick this up would be the way it's going to be installed. And yes, I will be able to install that pin that sets that cotter pin, not a cotter pin, this thing, key. Well, real quick before the battery dies, real quickly before the battery dies, I guess when we come back, we will be, I'll have this thing hung up on the shop crane, and we'll be installing this in there. See, now I'm questioning things. Now I got it, that, where's that gear being shifted at? Okay. Just kind of addressing things as they come to me. I knew that gear down there wasn't sliding anywhere. Oh, man. I know all these screws on this have to be done before I try to mess with that clutch linkage. So that clutch linkage can be slid out of the way as well. That sits on that brass. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it'll go together pretty looks pretty straightforward. Okay guys, thanks again for watching, liking and subscribing. Always appreciate your comments, your advice. It's time for me to